It's great to start with the presentation right after the beautiful instrument performance. Thank you very much for having me today. Okay, cool. All right. So today I'm going to talk about the Japan startup renaissance, the policies, capital, and global ambitions. So when you think about the global situation, nobody had doubts that we have the global issues. So we have the problems such as the food crisis, the poverties, and climate change, and also the well-beings. So you name it. But actually, so we had the problems, so then we need the solutions. In other words, we, the world wants to have the innovation that is changing the status quo. And we believe the Japan's potential to become the innovators because for the last 30 years and in the past, we have had innovators from Japan to global. So let's say the Sony, Honda, Nintendo. So they have expanded their business to the world to deliver their services and core values to the global market. So they have changed and they made the huge impact on the global market. So essentially, we believe that the Japanese founders have the DNA in terms of the entrepreneurship, the growth mindset, creativity, and also the high technologies. And I am personally the huge and strong believer in this. So I started my career in the investment firm that invested in the listed companies and also the unlisted companies. But I have seen the many potential the companies that have the technologies and cutting edge technologies and also the passion to solve the global problems. And when I studied at the business school in Europe and also in Singapore, so every one of my friends and professors asked me about the Japanese companies, and then they recognize the excellent companies in Japan, and they admires our excellence. And now I'm working at METI to promote the innovation and startup policies. Then, so since I joined the METI, I have talked with many investors and startups from the global market, and then they are looking forward to coming into the Japanese market because we Japanese have the potential to become a global leader with the great mindset. So the Japanese government drives the startup policies since 2022 under the former Prime Minister Kishida. So he drew up a 5-year plan with a view to increasing the number of the startups like the tenfold over the 5 years. And current Prime Minister Ishiba takes over these initiatives and policies, and he committed to advance the startup policies. So far, so good. So far, we expanded the baseline in the pyramid on the left-hand side. Then the number of the startups has increased significantly, and now we're in a phase where we're gonna move on to the next step. So we are aiming high in terms of the corporate values and also the impact in the global markets. Then we center the deep tech and global growth for the acceleration for the startups. So under the startup development 5-year plan, we have the 3 pillars. The one is talent and fund, and also the business co-innovation. So these 3 pillars are indispensable for the betterment in the global Japanese startup ecosystem. So recently we have seen the global talents from overseas. For example, the Sakana AI, probably you may have heard of it. They are the very successful Japanese startups with a global team. So David and Lion are the ex-Google top engineers, and they founded the Sakana AI and based in Tokyo. So they attract the many investors from internal investors and external investors, and they became the unicorn status in under the year. It's miracle. So the funding. So we have seen a tenfold investment to the Japanese market. So over the past 10 years, we have tenfold, 10x investment. So behind that, we have seen many global investors are coming into the Japanese market. So KKR, NEA, Coastal Ventures, investors coming into the Japanese market to find out the Japanese potential startups. And the many of the top accelerators are coming in as well. So co-innovation with the top university is remarkable. Actually, the number of the startups coming from the university labs are increasing. So we understand the importance of the conversion from technology seed to the innovation through the deep tech startups. So as a government, we have many agencies, and then they are getting involved in developing the startup ecosystem together. So the government agencies provide the services from the funding and I mean the financial aid and to the global expansion or incubation. So we provide a comprehensive support for the startups. So especially for the deep techs. So because they need a longer duration to develop the technologies and also the social implementation, we support them with the various the programs for longer term with the great amount of the financial aid. So we really hope the Japanese startups to aim for going global. So we encourage them to become the born global and also the going global with the support by the government or maybe through the investors. And also we expect the global investors and entrepreneurs coming more into the Japanese market as well. And I have the two requests or ask for you today. So the one is that please meet our promising startups support for companies. So that we have the J Startup program. We nominated more than 200 companies on the list that has a potential to become the global leaders. And on the right-hand side, you have the JETRO startup portfolio, and also the JETRO provides a service named the startup scouting that is much in the the suitable startup for you. Okay, the second request is to remember that we're gonna have the Global Startup Expo 2025. So this year in Japan, we have the World Expo in Kansai region. Besides that, we gonna have the Global Startup Expo 2025, bringing the more investors and accelerators, startups in the Japanese market, and we're gonna discuss about the co-creation to break through the global challenges. The mark your calendars, September 17th, 18th. Please come over to Osaka, bring in your friends. Okay, so today I just touch on the surface and the basic points about the Japanese startup ecosystem, but with the features of the 10x investment in the past 10 years. And also we understand and we try to encourage the deep tech startups get into the market more and more. And then last but not least, we need the global talents and investors for globalizing the Japanese ecosystem. So we are not, we're gonna keep on moving forward, and we're gonna study more, and we're gonna improve our policies and initiatives. So please come over to see me, and my door is always open, and let's have a discussion about the potential initiatives and also the methods that we can implement. So feel free to ask me, and then let's create an innovation all together from Japan to the global. Thank you very much.